I have repeated myself many times. Take a look at the last press conference and you'll have a very good sense of what I said.
Rahulji, we all know you have a national perception.
I'll come to you. So my question to you is, what is the one piece of advice you would give to those who want to contest for the office of Congress President?
One piece of advice, that you are taking on a position. It's a historic position, and it's a position that defines and has defined a particular view of India. The Congress President is not just an organizational post. The Congress President is a ideological post. It is a belief system. So my advice would be that whoever becomes Congress President should remember that he represents a set of ideas. He represents a belief system, and he represents a vision of India.
Yes, the one in the blue shirt, please.
Rahulji, we all know your Padayatra have a greater national perspective, but your Yatra now is in Kerala. Every day, the Kerala Congress leader is raising new issues against the state government, but not a single word against Pinarayi government in your speech in Kerala. How are you evaluating the left government in Kerala?
Look, an evaluation of the left government in Kerala is better done by the leadership of the Congress in Kerala. I'm very clear what my goal is with regards to this yatra. My goal with regards to this yatra is to put across to the people of India that the hatred, the violence, and the arrogance that is now visible in our country is not good for our country. This country has a tradition of humility, of non-violence, of compassion, and that is actually the true India. The two other ideas that I'm placing on the table is the level of disparity between rich and poor in India has now reached a point of no return. The poor are suffering high prices, unemployment, and they are going through very painful times. And then there is a handful of people who have immense wealth. And my position is that this contrast is not good for India. That is what I'm focusing on. Of course, as far as the left front goes, I have an ideological disagreement with them. And I have issues with how they view politics, you know, and Kerala.
Yes, then.
नहीं, मैंने पिछले प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में बहुत क्लियरली बता दिया था. आप थोड़ी पेशेंस रखिए, आपको पता लग जाएगा क्या होने वाला है. हाँ. मेरा कम्युनिकेशन जो कांग्रेस वर्कर हैं, वो हम एक परिवार हैं. मेरा कम्युनिकेशन उनके साथ डायरेक्ट होता है, मीडिया के थ्रू नहीं होता है. तो मेरा डायरेक्ट लिंक है उनके साथ, और वो जो मुझसे पूछते हैं मैं उनको डायरेक्टली बता देता हूं. Every question is connected to that idea. Again, I have made my position clear, and I don't want to delve on this subject because you're making me answer the same question 6-7 times. Right? I've made my position very clear. You can look at many such interactions that have taken place in the past. You'll get my answer. It's always been the same. अभी तो भारत यात्री मतलब शुरू भी नहीं हुआ है, तो मतलब अभी तो क्या 300 किलोमीटर 325 किलोमीटर हुए हैं। ये इसको आप भारत यात्री नहीं कह सकते, इसको आप पता नहीं 5-6 डिस्ट्रिक्ट के यात्री कह सकते हो। तो लेट्स सी एज इट गोज अलोंग। यही सवाल आप मुझसे 110 दिन बाद पूछिए, मैं आपको बेहतर जवाब दे पाऊंगा।
Supriya, no second. Supriya, please. We have to accommodate more questions, please.
what we have decided, जो हमने उदयपुर में डिसाइड किया, वो कांग्रेस पार्टी का एक कमिटमेंट है, तो आई एक्सपेक्ट दैट कमिटमेंट विल बी मेंटेन्ड। देखिए, अलग अलग व्यक्ति अलग अलग चीजों के बारे में बोलते हैं। फिशरमैन से मिले तो फिशरमैन कहते हैं कि जो हमारी जमीन है उस पर इंक्रोचमेंट किया जा रहा है, और जो हमारा जीने का तरीका है उस पर आक्रमण हो रहा है। आप रबर वर्कर्स से पूछिए तो वो भी आपको दूसरे तरीके से ये कहेंगे कि देखिए अफ्रीका से इंपोर्ट हो रहा है और हमारा नुकसान हो रहा है। मगर वो भी यही कह रहे हैं, इनडायरेक्टली वो भी यही कह रहे हैं कि जो हमारी जमीन है उस पर आक्रमण हो रहा है, उस पर हमें प्रेशर लग रहा है। और फिर आप आगे जाएं और पूछें भैया मगर ये हो क्यों रहा है, फिर वो आपको जवाब देते हैं कि हिंदुस्तान में 2, 3, 4 बड़े बड़े उद्योगपति हैं जो सब कुछ कर सकते हैं। पोर्ट चला सकते हैं, एयरपोर्ट चला सकते हैं, एग्रीकल्चर का काम कर सकते हैं, साइलोज बना सकते हैं, जो भी करना चाहते हैं कर सकते हैं। और जो सहायता हमें मिलनी चाहिए, चाहे वो बैंक से हो चाहे वो सरकार से, वो हमें नहीं मिलती। तो घुमा फिर कर हम वहीं उन तीनों मुद्दों पे पहुंच जाते हैं। I believe you have a new owner. You have a new owner? That's what I'm talking about. Right? I'm going to answer your question, but that's just an example of what I was saying. I'm going to answer a question, but by the way, one second. By the way, ownership of newspapers is not immaterial at all. Ownership of newspapers defines what newspapers do. Yeah. As I have repeatedly said, this is a yatra being done by hundreds of Congress people. Actually, in Kerala now, lakhs of people. I am a participant in this yatra. You choose to focus everything on me, right? This is your choice. But the idea of the yatra is hundreds, thousands, lakhs of Congress people walking from one side, one point in India to the other point in India, right? So, of course, I have a view. I have an idea of why I'm doing the yatra. But there are millions of people now who are involved in this.
Any questions on this?
And your question about, whether I'm a candidate or whether I'm not a candidate is designed to distract from what we're doing. And I'm not going to fall into that trap.
Any question that is not a variation on the Congress President question? Please don't go round and round. Please ask a question on the Bharat Jodo Yatra.
So today there are raids that are happening across the country on PFI leaders' houses and PFI offices.
I can't hear you.
Today there are raids that are happening across the country on PFI offices and PFI leaders' houses. About 105 of them have been arrested. There are also talks that this could be a first step before banning them, and PFI is claiming that this is basically vendetta because the ruling party is trying to muffle their voice. What is your view on this? What's your reaction?
My view is that all forms of communalism, all forms of violence, regardless of where they come from, are the same and should be combated. There should be zero tolerance on communalism regardless of where it's coming from. The people who are walking with us in the Bharat Jodo Yatra are evaluating the left front government. They are telling you what they think about the left front government. It is not my place. By walking, they are giving you a sentiment, right? But my main aim in this yatra, and I've repeatedly said it, my focus in this yatra is the hatred, the anger, the violence that the BJP and the RSS are spreading. I don't want to get into a conversation that diverts me from that aim. My aim is very clear. Point number one, we are not going to accept an India which is divided, hateful. We are not going to accept it. Neither is the Congress party going to accept it, neither is the opposition going to accept it, neither are the people of India going to accept it. Point number two, we are not going to accept an India where our youngsters cannot get employment. Point number three, we are not going to accept an India where the poor people are drowning in high prices. This is my message, and I am not going to get distracted from this message.
1 second, please, you have asked again.
Well, to be honest with you, I've got a lot of left front workers coming and shaking hands with me. I mean, they're there, they're on the sides of the roads because they appreciate the idea of what we are doing. Of course, it becomes very difficult in political combat for senior leaders of the left front to support what we're doing, and I understand that. But inside their heart, right, even they know that the point I'm raising, the idea that India is being divided, hatred is being spread in India, in their heart, they know I'm raising a correct point.
Any other question? Yes, ma'am.
क्या राहुल गांधी को मैंने 2-3 बार आज बोल दिया है कि मेरा क्लियर फोकस है भारत जोड़ो यात्रा हम क्यों कर रहे हैं वो मैंने आपको बताया, क्लियरली बताया, और वही हमारा लक्ष्य। देखिए, हिंदुस्तान की पॉलिटिक्स में कोई भी एक्शन लिया जाए